Alright, this is the second to the last update to the raised box garden with planter wall blocks. As you can see, everything is still intact. This is the new addition. Dog's excited about some. This is the new addition, the shade that I installed. It looks kind of like a little bit of a shanty town type of thing, kind of cheap, and it is. But that's the idea. You don't want to invest anything expensive on something like this. You want it to be permeable, so when sprinkler or rainwater hit here, it goes through and waters the garden. But as you can see, what I did is just poke it right through and then attach it. And so as you can see too, look at the last video. If you watch the last one, you'll see the growth that has already started with the new shade. Lots of new growth. A lot of seeds that didn't pop before are now starting to come up. So that was the problem. It was the shade issue. The fence right here, this white fence, was the issue. As you can see with this growth, now mind you, if it were only 100 or 90 degrees, I would be impressed still. But this was after 3 days of 110 to 115 that we just had. Today it peaked out at 100, I think, today. So this shade definitely works. I'm gonna keep using it. I've got a few more rolls of it, of this burlap. I figure let it go and and just replace it as it's needed, unless I find something else. The green gating that I've decided right now I'm not going to use it, but I might, when I have some more time, I might put it along the back side of this fence, and that'll be it. So I'm a little busy right now, so I don't have time, but that's probably what I'll do, and I will update on the last video when I've seen some growth. So the only thing that suffered from all that heat, where I lost, was the carrots that I planted. We have some decent growth in there, and there's some new stuff, really small new stuff coming up. You can see it in there. But the bigger portion of it suffered. So what I'm going to do is plant some new stuff where it's barren. So everywhere you see like a barren stretch, so right back here I'm going to put a row right there. I'm just going to fill it in, and then I'm also going to add in the mix here, I'm going to add some arugula in this area here, and then maybe even a little bit over there. But it looks like that's going to fill in. Once all that grows, it's going to be really busy in there. So this stuff obviously also, hi pup. And then I'm going to put another pepper. I've got 2 pepper plants there that are really happy, so I think I'm going to plant a few more in the back row here, and that'll help that too. So looking good, looking good. We're coming along now, finally. The other box garden, the old box, I had to hack down this this tomato plant. Man, it was going over the fence and getting crazy, and then it was starting to lean, and I don't have a trellis for it that'll support it. So, and I've got plenty of fruit as it is, and it looks like we're out of the woods on the 110 degree temp. So as you can see, I've got probably 40 tomatoes on there, and a lot of them are almost ripe. So I'm more concerned about the bell peppers getting some sun, because those need a lot of sun, and the strawberries were choking it out. So, or tomatoes were choking it out. But the zucchinis are growing. I should have brought out some crop I just picked, but I've got some massive zucchinis that are coming off of this thing, so it's really happy. And of course, the blackberries are all coming in pretty strong. That last heat wave did a number on the blackberries, so we'll see. But the plant is real strong, and we'll get fruit out of this all the way through October. In fact, I think it does the best here in July through August. So as long as it's not like 115 like it was, that was brutal. So coming along good, guys. There's an overview, looking pretty decent there. I think you know, if you're going for like a really good look, then maybe go with a better material, you know, something a little more conformed. But I wanted cheap, easy to install, which this was, and something that'll hold up for a little while. I mean, you see it's pretty strong. It's not going anywhere, and these stakes are on there pretty good too, so this will hold up. It held up. The shade did good in 115, so that's pretty good to me, and that's exactly what I needed. The planter wall blocks are doing great. No problems there either. Happy that that worked out. I'm excited. Actually, the wood has settled in places where I couldn't get it to go down because of some roots. I think the weight of it all is pushing down a little bit. So, and then if you look at earlier videos, you'll see that this was, the grass here was dead, and now it's grown in, and it's created a nice little edge along here with the grass. So pretty nice. It's all working out, and very happy with it. So this is the second to last update. There'll be one more when I get some more growth out of it, and I'm going to plant some of this stuff, and we'll see if we can get that to sprout, and then we'll show that last update. And then, of course, if I make any changes, we'll talk about it then. So I hope you enjoyed the updates on this. If you're looking to do the planter wall box raised bed, definitely do it. It's cheap. It's really easy to put up, and man, it just takes all the complication out of it, and it's real stable. Works good. So just, you know, as I've learned, be careful where you put your garden. If you do have a white fence or direct sunlight like that, look into some shade, or possibly move it to an area where the sun isn't gonna come down and bounce off the fence and then into the garden, or something like that. So even windows can do that. So look into it, guys, and if you have any questions, post up. I'm always glad to answer. If not, stay tuned for the next update. We'll see you then.